Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 5th anniversary season of the Take with Jacob Elyachar Podcast. I'm your host, Jacob Elyachar, the chief podcast producer and writer of JTWJE.com, a pop culture entertainment news website. If you're watching us on YouTube, please give us a thumbs up and please subscribe. If you're listening to this on our audio platforms, thank you so much. Please download this episode, subscribe to the podcast, and also to mention download this episode and more. I am thrilled to welcome my next guest today. She is an actress, singer, songwriter, and model. She has appeared on not one, but 3 late-night shows and has over 50 commercials for numerous brands such as Apple, Nike, and Sprite. As of this recording, she has over 121,000 Instagram followers, and she stars in Anna in Cold Meat. So please help me welcome Nina Bergman to the podcast.
I like your intro. I like it very much. Thank you.
You're so welcome, Nina. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for taking time in your schedule to talk with me today. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. My pleasure.
All right, so let's get started. So when did you get interested in performing, and how did that passion evolve into desire to pursue a career in the entertainment industry?
Well, I was born into it, so I never had a choice. Kind of, sometimes the arts pick you, and I didn't have any other talents. Like I was born a performer, dance, singing, acting, whatever it was, that was the only thing I was good at. So it just chose me at a very young age. I started performing at 4 years old and knew that's what I wanted to do.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah. I did theater and from 5th grade all the way to 12th grade, and choir from 5th grade to 12th grade. So performing was definitely I love to perform as well, sing and dance and perform. So it's amazing. But however, you have a lot more performing experience than I would ever have in my lifetime.
You never know, you never know. It's never too late. Don't say never. That's what I've learned. Don't ever say never.
All righty. So one of the things I really admire about you, Nina, is you've had the opportunity to appear on not one, but 3 late night shows in your career. I want to get started with Late Show with Greg Ferguson, because you appeared in 3 different episodes.
Yeah, he's wonderful because he likes to play. So he would hire me as an actor. And on those shows, they have writers, have a writer staff that would write the skits. And then Ferguson is one of those very creative people where he would come in and, everyone's ideas. He would listen to anyone's ideas and we would just improv it and we would rehearse it. And I played some really fun, quirky characters on his show. Yeah, he's wonderful. Very talented.
Very talented
guy. Yeah.
That's amazing to hear because I really respect Mr. Ferguson.
Yeah, me too. He's good. He's like one of the good ones. Classy guy.
That's awesome. So we got to talk about, you had the opportunity to be on Jay Leno's Tonight Show for over 60 episodes, which is amazing.
They would hire me. I mean, I have done mudsliding, ketchup sliding. I mean, I have played a billion audience members. I'm sure people would know that that's the girl that plays all the different, you know what I mean? I played so many different parts. Yeah, so that one I love too, but it's a lot more structured, that show. Everything is scripted and mapped out before you get there. So you kind of know exactly what to do, which is nice too. It's just different, but you don't get to play like you get with Ferguson.
Well, that's cool. And also now you also returned to the Late Late Show with James Corden for an episode as well. So how was that?
Yeah, I actually did a few with him. I don't know why they didn't list them. So they would hire me. I remember I was a French girl doing some stuff, and I had to and I played a German girl, and then I was again in the audience pretending to be all these different things. And then finally, I think the casting director was it was the son of the head of CBS that was casting. I think they were like, okay, we can't put her on because people actually know it's the same girl.
Which stinks.
Huh?
which I think it stinks because they recognize you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, and it was fun. And I was like, next time I want to come back because I earned it as a guest instead of as an actor on the show. Even though I'm very grateful to be on it, you know, and do those skits. It's fun, you know. It's great fun to be on those
And
shows.
not a lot of people can have on their resume 3 late night shows or you acted in skits on them. I think
Yeah,
that's just incredible.
yeah. I was fortunate that way.
In addition to late night, you also are very familiar in the commercial scene. Over 50 commercials with numerous brands, Apple, Sprite, and Nike. And this is what I was very fascinated by. Dos Icas, most interesting man in the world, because I remember those commercials like day and in Carl Jr.'s Beyond Meat. So how did he get in those opportunities? How does get those opportunities?
Well, I auditioned with thousands of other girls, and then I was just really good, and I booked them. You know, I booked the first year I was here, I booked 24 national commercials. You know, I've done so many. You know, I took classes. I took it, you know, it's an art form. I took it very seriously at the time. And, you know, the beautiful thing is with this town is if you're good at what you do, the directors would hire me. You know, I had one particular director who hired me for like 16 or 17 spots. So it's, you know, if you're good and you're versatile, you know, it's very versatile. And then sometimes you get lucky and you do. I did one where for Saks underwear, for men's underwear. And then we shot 5 commercials. So I play like, it's the same people who did The Most Interesting Man in the World. So I was the most interesting woman in the world wearing the suits and all the guys wearing underwear. So that was great fun. It was like full circle. You know, I started as the hot Nordic blonde with the most interesting man in the world. And then I became the woman in the suit with all of the hot looking guys around me. So it was like a full 80. So that was fun. But no, I auditioned. I had to earn those. I had to earn those jobs. They weren't given to me.
And that's just amazing that you had the opportunity to open up to all these different things. So is it I know, is it like night and day, like different between working on a late night talk show set versus a commercial set?
Oh yeah. I mean, you know, the late night shows, everyone knows each other. They've been doing it for a long time. They have like a whole routine. It feels like family that you're stepping into. Where the commercials is all these different people that are hired, new makeup, new hair, new wardrobe, new set. So it's like all these people that a lot of times don't know each other, and we're all trying to make magic. And so I feel like there's a lot more tension on a lot of the commercials because it's all different people that haven't worked together before. Where on those shows, I mean, it's family every day. I mean, they're there you know, all the time. It feels like you're stepping into a family.
Which is amazing. And you bet you have a lot of different family members from every era.
Yes, I did.
Awesome. So not only did you work on commercials and late night, but he also worked on numerous soundtracks for the Lionsgate's films, include some of those films, including The Catacombs, the Genetic Opera, and the iconic Sharknado. So what were some of the lessons that you learned while working on these projects?
Well, you know, I'm used to writing music for myself, what I feel and what I want to say and what I'm going through at the time. So when you write for movies, you know, it's not about you. It's about the movie. And it's sometimes very hard because there's a studio involved and there's the director involved and there's the record label involved. And, you know, sometimes it doesn't always flow like with Lionsgate. I was working on Peppermint with Jennifer Gardner, and it was like we just weren't seeing eye to eye, and we just couldn't make it fit. You know, so sometimes that happens because you're essentially making music for somebody else. So it's a lot harder for me. It doesn't feel as authentic sometimes.
And because it doesn't feel authentic, I guess that the creative process takes a little bit longer.
Yeah. I mean, I've been fortunate because I work with a guy from a band called Filter, a pretty famous rock band from the 90s. And so I work with a lot of those people that I already know on a lot of those soundtracks. Like I worked on Yoshiki, who is an ex-Japan, who I've done a lot with. He's one of Japan's biggest stars. So we have done a lot together. So sometimes I've been fortunate enough to work with people that I already know and know their musical styles and their, how they work. So I'm a little more prepared of how to, how it's going to go down. So yeah, it's always different, which is fun too. I like to be challenged and keeping it different and spicy.
Awesome. So speaking of challenges, what have been some of the challenges that you face staying in the entertainment industry, and how have you overcome those obstacles?
Well, I quit every other day. I'm like, that's it. The industry is very rough, but what I have learned is, I would pay. I mean, don't tell anyone, but I would pay to do what I do. It's so much fun, So I don't have a choice. I don't have a backup plan. So I just keep doing it. And I think once I focus on the work and the craft of whatever it is I'm doing, if it's music or acting, the craft of acting, and I'm always in classes, I'm always, working on myself. As long as I keep the focus on that and remember why I'm doing it, I think that's how you stick around. If you do it to get the next gig and to try to make a lot of money, and I don't know, it's very depressing. I would have probably chosen something else, forced myself to do something else, but I just focus on the craft, perfecting my craft, topping myself, trying to see how much I can commit to a part or how much I can give. Each project I try to top myself.
That's amazing, because the thing is, it's better to, one of my dreams is two of my heroes are in media, are Regis Philbin and Barbara Walters. And I'd rather have a career like them that spans over decades than people who are just on a TikTok generation and basically who I'm not sure what their careers are going to look like in the 2030s, 2040s, and 2040s.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's just, I think that it's all okay and there's a space for everything. But for me, the thing that keeps me going is the things that rip my heart out and that I'm very passionate about. And the art forms that I like and the movies that I like, they tend to take a lot longer to make. And it's not an overnight success. The projects that I like, they tend to be the ones that had a, longer struggle to really get there, because, to really do it, I mean, it just takes time. It takes time to become that good. That's what I'm learning. 10 years ago, I was like, I am the shit. I am really good. And then I look back and I'm like, Jesus Christ. I mean, it was okay. And I'm sure in 10 years from now, hopefully I'll look back and be like, yeah, it was pretty good, but so much better now. That's what I'm hoping.
Absolutely, same here. I could be the thing is, when I look back at my old blogs and everything, because I started back in 2011, and I'm like, oh my God, did I go that long?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. That's what you hope for.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. So let's talk about your latest project. It's called Cold Meets. It's what attracted you to this film?
That it was written like a play. That it felt like I was back in school and back in class. That was the first thing. And then I look for things that scare me. And it scared me because it's not what I'm used to playing. And I was like, oh, I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I'm the right girl for this. But, what I do believe what happens is normally what the universe wants you to do. So there's a reason why, an offer was made to me. So I was like, well, maybe I do have it. And again, I love challenges, because it stretches me.
I totally agree. But I also get scared very easily. So I seriously, Audrey 2 terrifies me. And Michael Jackson's Thriller screwed the heck out of me. And Power Rangers, there's a villain named Dark Spectre, and he's so terrifying. And not
Me
only that,
too.
yeah. It's like,
Me too. I can't watch scary movies. I mean, I hate scary movies, but I love playing them because it's so easy because I have a really good imagination. So it's I'm right there. Yeah.
oh, believe me, I am not going to survive. I will not survive a night at Universal's Halloween Horror Night.
Yeah, I've never gone. I'm not going to do that to myself.
All right, so I want to go back to Cold Meat. So how is Cold Meat similar or different to your previous projects?
How is it what, sorry?
Similar or different?
Oh, it's so different. Because, I used to do a lot of action. I mean, I'm doing a lot of action stuff. My next project, I'm leaving here very shortly to go to Canada, and I play a warrior again. So I'm used to using my physical strength. And this one, she doesn't have that. It's all, it's very different. And I'm confined, I'm confined in a little space. A lot of the acting happens in small spaces. So, yeah, it was, it's just very different from what what I'm used to doing. Yeah. I couldn't do any of my tricks. I mean, the camera is like this close. Everyone is like right in my face. You're pretty naked in this movie. You can't hide behind anything. So that was cool.
That's pretty interesting. And also, like, have you had any dream collaborators? Like, for example, I want to go on like a dream director or dream actors that you want to work with.
Oh, I have a list. I mean, there's so many. I mean, I grew up. When I grew up, like my favorite movies were like Thelma and Louise, Gladiator, so Ridley Scott, was my dream growing up, and Kill Bill and all of those characters, so I mean there's just so many. My favorite actors are no longer here. They're past. I think the greatest actors, in my opinion, so far, were the ones in the 30s and 40s, and even, the Marlon Brando era. Yeah, those are I still watch those movies, and I still go there and to gather inspiration all the time.
Absolutely. It's definitely, there is a star power that they have. Like the Marilyn Monroes, the Elizabeth Taylors, even the Bela Lugosi's. They had the star power to hit and like to keep you in your seat waiting for more.
Yeah, I mean, I got to play Marlene Dietrich in a play for a long time.
Oh wow!
So I was in her shoe and really study her and watch all of her movies and read everything I could get my hands on, and interviewed a lot of people. And I played Jane Mansfield, and I played like a lot of those iconic characters. So you get to live in their shoes. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, no wonder there were, especially Marlene Dietrich, there were just extraordinary women living in a very hard time. And they had to, I don't know what it is with those women, Greta Garbo and all of them. I'm just Rita Hayworth, all of them. And they're triple threats too. It was just, I don't know. I'm still very drawn to them to this day.
It feels like those will always be immortal. Those performers and actors will always be immortal. It's like with some people in our generation, it's very difficult to say who's going to have that same power that a Brando had, a command like a Taylor had, or a Monroe, or a Newman.
Yeah, I mean, there are newer ones that have that special something, but not to that extent. It's just, it's just like, I'm not even going to attempt to even try, again, I just compete with myself, keeping it safe that way, and keeping myself sane that way. But yeah, those women, but they're very inspirational to me, very inspiring.
All righty. So let's talk about, so we got to start winding down our conversation. So let's talk. Earlier, I mentioned that you have over 121,000 Instagram followers. So, what is Instagram the only platform that you use to connect with fans, and if so, why? Or are there more platforms that you connect with them?
Instagram is where I'm most active. I do Facebook a little bit, Twitter a little bit, but Instagram is really where I'm the most active. Yes.
Awesome. So we got, okay, so last question. Are you ready?
Last question?
Yes. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready, I think.
Okay. Where can my audience find cold meat?
All right. On my website, ninabergman.com, there's a link with all the different platforms that are streaming it from Amazon. And so I have it on my website. I have it in my link on my Instagram. I have it, it's Amazon, iTunes. I gotta go look. I don't remember. I don't remember. I just know, like, today I got another interview. I mean, not another interview, another write-up about it, and people are really liking it. I mean, like, the reviews have been really fantastic, so I'm very happy about that. It's it's kind of an art movie, but it seems to really be resonating with people, and the things they're saying. I wrote my PR girl today, Wendy, and I was like, what, they're crazy, they're calling me a masterclass in acting, they're insane. I mean, I think I did good, but not masterclass level. But people are gravitating towards it. It's finding its audience, which is beautiful to see.
Awesome. That's so awesome to hear, Nina. So, guys, have you missed an episode of the Jake's Take with Jacob Elyachar podcast? This is our channels on Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, iHeart, Podchaser, Spotify, and Spreaker. Jake's Take with Jacob Elyachar, JACOB, Now, are you on social media? I'm on social media too. Facebook, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, and YouTube. Jacob Elyachar, JACOB, And guys, don't forget to check out the blog that started it all. Jake-Shake.com. You'll find music reviews, find out what happened last season on America's Got Talent Fantasy League, what's going on with the Masked Singer, and more. That is Jake-Shake.com. Nina, thank you so much for taking time to schedule to talk with me today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. I really appreciate it too. And a little shout out. The trailer just dropped for Chief of Station. I did an action movie with Aaron Eckhart, and the trailer just dropped, and I play Hitchens. I play this kind of, I'm not going to give it away. Just, you can, I'm in the trailer, and yeah, it just dropped 2 days ago. So I'm excited. I think it's May 4th. So I just wanted to put that out there.
Awesome. We'll make sure to put that in our podcast and website, so you guys can make sure after this you go watch that trailer. And guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. Until next time, have a great one, everybody. Goodbye.